You know what? I figured I would just pop in at the end of my makeup routine because why not? And let me start by saying they have been doing construction, road work, whatever on my street for about a week. And this is probably going to be the most annoying video you've ever seen. I mean, unless you're always annoyed by my videos, but then you're back, so that would be weird. But anyway, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, I'm gonna finish getting ready, so it's gonna be a little get ready with me, a little chit chat. But this video is actually gonna be requested, so this is like highly requested. 20 to 30 of y'all have got together and messaged me like, girl, what is my life gonna be like after I graduate? Because I'm already stressed out in training right now. So that's what we're gonna talk about in today's video. And as always, your girl been prepared, okay, up in this piece since 2015, coming through with the notes, okay? So whether you're in training now or you're heading to training, you're gonna be earning your wings, right? That's the point of you going to training. But then you're gonna graduate. And whatever airline you graduate with, you may be on probation for 6 months, or you may be on probation for a year, or maybe it's longer, whatever. But you know, you're probably wondering, well, what is my life gonna be like when I graduate? Well, you're gonna graduate, you're gonna celebrate, turn up, okay, with the drinks in hand. Then you're gonna head to base. And when you head to base, your life is going to be completely different, because it's just gonna be like unlike any other job you've ever had before. What I mean by that? Well, I mean, you're gonna always know your schedule a month in advance. Like, I will know my schedule for March this month on the 19th. So on February 19th, I'll know what my March is looking like. I've already put in my bids for my March schedule, so I've already bidded for what I want my month to look like. But I'm gonna know what it's really gonna look like on the 19th. So that's a big day. The 19th is like my birthday. I celebrate my birthday every single month on the 19th. Except for in July, I actually celebrated 2 times, on the 17th and the 19th. But, you know, when you get to base, you're gonna have your orientation, you're gonna meet your manager, you're gonna meet a whole support team that is going to be supportive to you during your new hire period, we'll call it. I was gonna say trial, but I don't wanna say like, you know, that you're not gonna make it through. But there's gonna be a whole team of supportive people, and they're gonna show you minimal things, you know, and you'll have to get the hang of a lot of other stuff. So before we keep talking, I do need to put lipstick on, and for today I will be using the Rimmel London lipsticks. They're the two that I want to use. Very seductive. I'm gonna kind of do on the outer lip, and then for the inner lip, I'm gonna do I'll Call You. So this is gonna be my lip combo. I'm not gonna put it on just right now because I kind of really like the way my lips feel as is, so I'll do that in a little bit. But I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna be sitting here looking like this for a hot minute. So you're gonna have to learn the system, the airports, military time, how to swap, how to drop. You're going to be overwhelmed. There are going to be delays. You're going to fly with good people, you're gonna fly with bad people, you're going to fly with people that are ugly, okay? And when I say ugly, I don't mean exterior. I mean just like in here. The good, the bad, the ugly. But that's in any workplace. Let's just call it what it is. Let's keep it real. Let's not try to sugarcoat it because we ain't got time for that, okay? The good, the bad, the ugly. But you will always make sure that you stay beautiful from the inside to out. You'll let your light shine, and you'll make sure that you don't fly with them again. This is not airline specific. This is in general, okay? This is aviation, okay? This is what it is. You got the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? Now, you will be tired. Your body will need to adjust. I highly recommend, if you are going to work for an airline that allows you to swap your reserve days for trips, as a new hire, make sure you take advantage of that. Now, whatever you need to do to swap those days, do that, because you don't want to end up like, God, getting short called and freaking out, because that's just not what you want to do. So because I want you to survive. I don't want you to feel even more overwhelmed than you're already gonna feel, because it's something new. Anything new is a roller coaster. You're getting acclimated and you have to adjust, right? So if you get the opportunity to swap, do that. Let's talk finances. You will not be earning a lot unless you fly really, really high. Keep in mind that your hourly rate is only when the door closes, when the door opens. You will make other money around that, but just keep in mind, like, that's your hourly rate. And I always tell you guys, do not overfly at all. If you go and watch my video about flight attendant side hustles, those are side hustles for anyone actually, but have a little side hustle and fly, get adjusted, but don't go crazy, because you're gonna get sick, and then when you get sick, you're gonna have to call out, and you're not gonna want to call out, and you're gonna have a whole pity party. Nobody's gonna really feel bad for you, because I told you so. Your days off will likely be during the week. If you get a weekend off, it's an error. No, but really, like, your days off will be during the week. So if you have a significant other, if you have kids, that's actually going to be really great for you, because you'll be able to be around for like school and things like that. But maybe you and your significant other need to make your date nights on Tuesdays instead of Saturdays, if that's what you do. And I think that everyone should do date nights. It keeps the relationship really exciting and all that good stuff. So, I mean, we could talk relationships all day, like on the love doctor. But real talk, like, your days off are not going to, if you're coming from the world of a 9 to 5, just know that that's not what's going to be going down, because you're going to be working during the weekends and you're gonna have to have off during the week. It's not really like a bad thing. I remember like being happy about being able to run my errands you know, during the week or whatever. So it just depends on your, sorry, this is really annoying me. Just keep that in mind. But weekends off are possible if you are diligent with your swapping. Like, I want to say that I became like the swap drop queen very early on, but I understood that I was working with a system that was not designed for me. The system was designed for number one. So what am I going to do to make sure that I have the schedule that I want? So, you know, a lot of what I do in life honestly is self-taught. Like, nobody taught me how to do hair, nobody taught me how to do makeup, nobody taught me how to cook, like, nobody taught me how to work on my schedule. Like, a lot of what I do is self-taught. So, you know, success starts with believing that you deserve it. And I was like, I deserve a weekend off, so how am I gonna be successful in doing this? Okay. And then I made it happen. So yeah, birthdays will be missed, holidays will be missed, unless you are a really good swapper. I repeat, a really good swapper. Now, I think I've said enough for now. I still have some more stuff, but I'm gonna get into this lip because I actually want to let my hair down. Let's keep it moving. Now that we got the lips going, got the hair down, honey, it's time to go out. So another thing is, one person who requested this video was like, you know, I want to be able to prepare my significant other. And I'm like, you know, that's actually really great, because I don't think that's really, you know, you're trying to prepare yourself, but your significant other, your family, your kids, whomever, they are gonna obviously feel a difference, and they need to know what to look forward to. So another thing to keep in mind is that there's going to be less, like I talked to you guys a lot about swapping, but there's going to be less swap options depending on your qualifications. For example, I am not purser qualified. A purser is like the flight leader on an international flight. Now, have I had the opportunity to apply for the purser program? Yes. Do I want to? Absolutely not. When you're new at a company, you may not have certain qualifications just yet. So with the company that I work for, I was not able to fly flight leader for the first 6 months. So even though I saw like an amazing trip in our open time system, flight leader position was open, I couldn't swap for that. You know, sometimes that could suck, because you could see something that will allow you to get certain days off, but you're not able to swap into that. So just keep that in mind. And that's why I say, you know, just be very much a hard worker when it comes to swapping. Be very, very persistent. Don't give up. So as a new hire, you're not going to be making a lot of money. I'll tell you one thing that a lot of new hires told me that they do. they look for certain trip constructions that actually provide a crew meal. So if you work so many hours, you do get a meal on certain flights, and there are people who look for those flights because they're like, hey, that's one less meal that I have to buy. So within your first 6 months, y'all, it's not going to be glamorous. It's not going to be anything that you've ever thought it would be, straight up. So I said in one of my videos, or maybe 2 or 3 of my videos, I mentioned before that the only glamour is the glamour that you create. I still mean that. I do. I mean, there's the glamour that's created is me waking up at 2:30 in the morning when my sign-in is at 6 o'clock, so that I can do my hair, you know, nicely, do my makeup, make sure that I'm looking fresh faced, because I don't do that for my flight attendant job. I do that for myself. That's who I am. I don't wear makeup every single day. Like, I might have, there's always one day out of the week at least that I let my face just be bare, because skincare is so important to me. Like, skincare is everything to me. So sometimes there's 2 days where I let my face be bare, but when it comes to me going out of the house, dealing with people and interacting, I need to look presentable. I need to look alert and awake. I want people to feel like, okay, this woman put effort into herself. That means she's going to put effort into, you know, the job, if you will. And that's not to say that, like, if you don't do your makeup or if you don't do your hair, you don't care. But I think that you get a certain level of respect when you do take care of yourself. It's not a glamorous job, you guys. The smells in the bathrooms after people go and blow it up, it's not glamorous at all. I always carry a little spray with me as well, because if the catering, cleaning, whatever forgets to stock something, at least I have something in my bag. The other thing is that you know, it's just, there's nothing glamorous about having 45 minutes between the next flight. You're starving and you have to still pull it together and board the next set of passengers, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have, you know, an 11-hour duty day, a 12-hour duty day. There's nothing glamorous about being tired and your feet hurting. That's why it's so important to eat good and to take vitamins and to work out and to take care of your feet. All those things are very important, and I can't say that I knew any of that when I graduated. I can't say that anyone shared that with me, so I'm sharing that with you guys. So make it your priority to learn the transportation system wherever you are based, and if you do have the option to bring your car, do that. As a New York City based flight attendant, there's no way that I would be able to be taking public transportation to work. I couldn't do it. I applaud those who do it, because listen, I'm in my uniform, I'm in my heels, and yes, I could go to work in my flats and change, but I also am toting my bag. I don't have time to be dealing with these bozos, these crazies in New York City. You know, like, as a woman, you're vulnerable, you're in your dress. I don't have time. Actually, I know a lot of people who take public transportation, they wear the pantsuit. So by all means, like, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but personally, I could not do it. There's also some people who will take Ubers and Lyfts, so, you know, it just depends on what you're doing. You can kind of budget that out, and if you're obviously flying a 3-day trip, then you're only going once to the airport over a period of 3 days, and then you're coming back. As opposed to me, if I'm flying 3 turns, I'm going to the airport 3 days, coming back 3 days, and I'm also paying a toll, okay? Now, the other 2 things I want to say before my camera gets too crazy is that you will gain weight. Like college, the freshman 15, that happens on the line as well. It's so important, if you can, to just pack your food. Like, even if you don't pack your food every single time, be aware of what's going in your body, and you know, just try to maintain a healthy weight, whatever makes you happy. There's a lot of people who kind of like fall into a depression, they get upset, they get very unhappy, or they don't feel comfortable with themselves when they gain that weight. So just make sure that you're just aware of that and you stay on top of that. And the last thing that I want to say is, for those of you who will be staying in crash pads, please note that crash pads can be very uncomfortable. If you're able to have roommates or get together with a couple classmates and get an apartment, it'll be a totally different vibe than being in a crash pad with a bunch of flight attendants from like different airlines. And yes, some crash pads are small, but not all are small. So the last thing I want to say is that when you are looking for your crash pad, try to see if like you can find crash pads like through like word of mouth, as opposed to like going on the internet and, you know, using Craigslist. Or if it's like a site that's dedicated to flight attendants, then that's great by all means. But overall, I just want to say that your first 6 months, your first year is going to be a roller coaster. Like, prepare yourself now. When you graduate and you get on the line, make your own decisions. Like, don't get influenced by others. Like, go with what you feel in your heart and let that be that. Don't let people brainwash you into thinking something that it's not. But overall, just make sure that you take care of yourself. And I said this before, I'm going to say it again. If you realize that the job is not for you, that is okay. That's really, really okay. I say that because no amount of flight attendant training can teach you what really goes down. Yeah, you learn all that safety related stuff, which I'm not going to break down because we got to keep some stuff protected, okay? But you know, you learn what to do, how to do it, when to do it, procedures and policies and all of that stuff. But what about when there's really a medical emergency on your flight? Is it, oh, my little doggy. Hi, honey. She wants you to say hi, guys. Come say hi. She needs her hair brushed, so her hair is not brushed. You want to say hi, Mama? Look this way. Can you look this way, honey? Look, Angel, look. Mommy's. Oh my goodness. This little teddy bear doggy. This little toy poodle. But you learn. Okay, honey, I know. Mommy's got a new lipstick on. You learn a lot of stuff, but it doesn't really prepare you for what's to come. So overall, I think I've shared a lot. If you guys are current flight attendants and you want to chime in, or if you guys have questions, leave those down below. Oh, somebody's sleepy. Leave those down below. All right, you guys, so in the meantime, in between time, until we see each other again, make sure you continue to stay beautiful from the inside to the out. Let your light shine. Let nothing or no one stop you from growing, glowing, and loving on your animals.